Ruben Amorim, the Manchester United manager who's going to get them relegated from the Premier League if he stays in charge. What's your thoughts about that straight away? Comments below right now. I'm Ty Knight here for TK24 Sports. Let's get into this show straight away. Ruben Amorim, the supposedly saviour of Manchester United last year, comes in as the new manager, taking over from Erik ten Hag. Manchester United were on a slippery slope with Ten Hag. There was never in this relegation battle. There was never in a conversation of being the worst team of the Big Six in the Premier League. No, they wasn't, okay? That was Spurs. We all know that. But Ruben Amorim, who's coming from Sporting Lisbon, who had the likes of a Victor Gyökeres at his disposal, but then couldn't attract Victor Gyökeres to Manchester United, says it all right there, has come in and has done a dreadful job at Manchester United. We can all see it. Doesn't matter how you try and dress it up. Let's just call it what it is. Manchester United is the pinnacle of a Premier League team. They are. They've got the most trophies out of everyone, out of every club, of a Man City, a Chelsea, and definitely an Arsenal, definitely a Liverpool, of Premier League titles. As a total title, it's them and Liverpool. We know that. But in Premier League terms, it's Manchester United. My argument is this. Manchester United have to do what they have to do, which is, before the Chelsea game, fire Ruben Amorim. I'm an Arsenal fan, you know that. But even I, sitting back and watching Manchester United just be the worst team I have seen in the Premier League this season, even last season. And if Manchester United really are strapped for money, and that's why they're not going to sack Ruben Amorim, because the way he's coming out in press conferences, he's asking to be sacked without saying, I want to be sacked. He's saying that the only way Manchester United can change the situation, they have to change the man. Jim Radcliffe, I'm not even going to call him a Sir Jim Radcliffe, because how can you go on and continue this way in charge of the football department that you are, not the football club, the footballing department? You're in charge of that. And this is under your watch. You're letting this club, this institute, go down in flames. 8 games won in 31 games is diabolical. Is what a relegation team would be happy with if they had 8 games under their spell in the Premier League. They'll be calling that a success. We avoided relegation because we had 8 games under our wings after 31 games. Manchester United are a laughing stock. Out of all the big teams across the Premier League, Man United are a laughing stock. But I will say this, it kind of shows the players that they attract. With a player like Sesko, who was scared to go to Arsenal because Kai Havertz scored 2 goals and he thought he can't dislodge Havertz, says it all. It says it all about Manchester United and where they're at. They got battered against Manchester City over the weekend, 3-0. We all saw it. We all saw what Manchester United were trying to do and what they could not do. They had one little shot on goal against with Bruno, and Donnarumma saved a brilliant shot. It was a brilliant shot. It was a great shot. But apart from that, Manchester United were unbelievable. Unbelievably bad. They stunk the place out. That Manchester derby used to be something that you used to watch and go, oh my gosh, Man United are going to turn up. But we're talking back in the day when they had the Giggsies, the Scholes, your Carricks, your Roy Keanes. Well, actually, Keane left many times before that, didn't he, really? But you get my point, the Rooneys. They had players who will stand the test of time against Manchester United, Manchester City, and give them a right all going, home and away. But now when Man United go there, apart from last season when they got that jammy win, but now you just look at them and go, my God, you're terrible. And now they got Chelsea coming up. You know it's going to be a spanking. Chelsea are going to absolutely spank them a new one. And Ruben Amorim will still be the manager of Manchester United. And that can't happen. It can't. But why am I getting upset about it? I'm not. I'm just voicing my opinion here. See Manchester United content creators crash out. Actually, that part is funny because most of it is fake. Most of them crashing out don't care. As long as they keep on losing, it's pretty much like the AFTV thing. You know, they do much better when Arsenal do crap because you just want to tune in and watch them all cry. These grown ass men crying, and it's like that with Manchester United. Don't get me wrong, some of them do care, but some of them are bloody fake as anything. But if Manchester United want to stay in the Premier League this season, they have to sack him now. You can go into the next game without a manager, that's fine. But I've got a suggestion of who they should go for. Go for Graham Potter at West Ham because he's going to get sacked soon. Nuno is going to come in. And that's where Manchester United should really and truly look. You must be thinking, time, we're Man United. We're bigger than Nuno. Why we want to take Nuno? Trust me, Nuno would come in and do a good job. But I'll tell you who would do a marvelous job. And I'm going to do a show on it very soon. Gareth Southgate should be the manager of Manchester United. And you're saying, why? He led England to 2 finals. Yes, he didn't win them. Granted, I hear that. But for an international manager, he knows what it takes and knows what it takes to make ruthless decisions. He can change situations. He's not going to go in there and just have this little 3-5-2 formation or whatever Amorim plays. Was it 3-4-3? Whatever it is, it doesn't work. And he refuses to bend. Gareth Southgate can change as he goes along. He will have players at his disposal. He will have money coming in by Sir Jim to make things happen. Yes, I called him Sir Jim in the end of it. Because those two are brethren. It's going to happen. But if you keep Ruben Amorim and oh my... United on a slippery slope. And I'm very serious when I say this about the relegation part. If they keep him all season, Manchester United will be relegated. And it's going to be... That's hard doing when you've got the likes of a Wolves who are crap, Sunderland who are rubbish. But Manchester United are no worse. They're no better. That makes it even worse, isn't it? That they're no worse than them, but they're no better than them. So what are they? They're this bunch of... I'm trying not to swear, but they're all shit. And right now, Arsenal fans used to say, what do you think of Tottenham? Shit. What do you think of shit? Tottenham. And now it's going to be, what do you think of Man United? It's fucking shit. And what do you think of fucking shit? Manchester United. That's how bad it's got. Man United fans, you need to give me your thoughts. You need to give me your opinions. Would you take Graham Potter, Nuno, or Gareth Southgate? Out of all those 3, which one would you take? I'm not going to say which one I'll take at Arsenal because we're not in that situation. Our situation is sky high. Our next manager's on the list right now. We're looking at an Enrique. And just Enrique, in my opinion, that's the next guy I would like to see at Arsenal, or Hansi Flick. That's my 2 there. Who after Arteta goes this season, that's who I want to see at Arsenal. Even though Arsenal's going to win the Premier League, but we're here to talk about Manchester United. They're in a sad state. they really are. There's so much more you could really go on about it. Apart from, he's just a frustrating man. He's frustrating to look at. He's frustrating with his press conferences. He's frustrating just to say his name. And the players don't want to play for him no more. You can clearly see that the players are sick of it. The formation doesn't work. You've got the personnel there to play a 4-2-3-1, a 4-3-3. Have something about you, but he's got nothing, and neither does his players. And they're struggling for goals, but they're struggling for support right now. Man United, if you don't want to get relegated, which is going to be a possibility, you have to sack him now and find a manager. Go after Gareth Southgate. Have those conversations right now. Because if you don't, you're going down. Anyway, what's your thoughts on the show? Let me know. Like, subscribe, turn that notification on so you don't miss the show every time we upload. I'm Ty Knight here for TK24 Sports.